Hello everyone, this is Hamid Khan here from Food Mahir and Gardening Ideas. I have posted and uploaded a couple of vlogs on night bloom jasmine, but this one at this time is just amazing. We are towards the end of summer in Sydney, Australia, and look at that. I mean, this is just unbelievable. Look at that. If there is any way to share the fragrance, the scented perfume of this night blooming jasmine, I would have done that, but Google can't share the smell. YouTube can't share the smell, the fragrance, and this is amazing. I'll show you now in a while how these flowers look like in the morning. They don't bloom, they just bloom at night. And there are bunches and bunches, zillions and millions of these flowers. Oh my gosh, and this is unbelievable. Can't really explain the fragrance. So amazing, and you can really get this fragrance few blocks away from your house as well. Oh, this is this is amazing. Lovely, fantastic. Look at that. You can prune these trees and plants as well and bring them to shape, but I just wanted to give them a free style of growth, at least for the first year of bloom, and then I'll start pruning these. This is so amazing. So that means night blooming jasmine flowers at least few times in one season instead of one. This is brilliant. So here we go, the night blooming jasmine, which is Cestrum nocturnum. It has white, yellow, tubular flowers. Basically, they bloom at night. As I've shown you in a while, the flowers close during the daytime. So you can see now these flowers are not blooming now because it's the daytime. And there are zillions of these flowers which will bloom as soon as we'll hit the night. So this is beauty. So the scented, perfumed or fragrance is so strong and fragrant that it is sometimes considered to be the strongest scented plant in the world. And as soon as the flowers bloom at night, a sweet scented perfume is released that spreads around the area of around 300 to 500 feet of plant. So that means you can easily smell it few blocks away from your house. Look at that. This is beautiful. And this is the daytime night blooming jasmine. It is a subtropical plant that was discovered in the West Indies, and then it was brought to Europe in the around 15th century. Some of the other names for the night blooming jasmine: Lady of the Night, night jasmine, night blooming jasmine, night blooming sistrum, night queen, queen of the night. So there are quite a few names famous for the night blooming jasmine. So the best part about this night blooming jasmine that I found, this is blooming almost third time in this season, in summer and spring, and I was really amazed to see that this is the dense bloom at the end of the summer here in Sydney in Australia. So guys, if you have air fresheners, you might not need it again in your home if this plant is in your backyard. Sometimes the sweet scent perfume could overpower and could really be quite strong if it's very close to your indoors. These can grow up to easily 4 to 6 feet in height, and sometimes it can also reach to 10 feet, but normally 6 feet height is a common one. So they flower up to 4 times a year, and then they produce white berries full of seeds. So you can see there are some that were like some white sort of berries that came after the first flowering. So this is, as I said, the third flowering, but somehow I still have some of these. I mean, this is not, definitely it needs pruning. When it needs pruning, you can also have some cuttings and just plant them in a pot initially until it gets its initial roots, and then you can plant it in ground. They are very easily propagated. If there is a night blooming jasmine already growing in your neighborhood, then I mean it's very easy to ask for a small cutting, and you can just plant it in pot initially, as I said, until it gets its initial roots, and then you can plant it in the ground. Water well in the summer, but try not to water too much in winter. I normally fertilize it with blood-borne fertilizer and sometimes with liquid organic fertilizer. I try to avoid harsh chemical fertilizers and try to fertilize it with some natural fertilizers, blood-borne fertilizer with some potash. Sometimes, and this time, I would also give them a liquid potash fertilizer that you can add around 20 ml in 9 liter water approximately. Night blooming jasmine normally blooms in cycles, and each cycle lasts about a week or so, and it has a very distinctive smell throughout the time of its flowering. And as I said, it gives a very distinctive smell or fragrance, I should say. The clusters of tiny white flowers, tubular flowers, will fill your night garden with sort of like vanilla almond scent and fragrance. So getting too close to the plant might not be a good idea, as it can cause that special nocturnal fragrance can cause some difficulty in breathing, and it can cause a bit of a nausea. So that's why it should be enjoyed from distance. And is it a poisonous? Really, I would say, especially the fruit is definitely poisonous. But yes, this plant certainly is not for any consumption. I love to have my barbecues on my backyard, and as soon as it hits night, late evening, I start having some excellent night jasmine fragrance, and the ambience is fully perfumed and scented, and we can have a wonderful dinner outside in the backyard.